Good evenings and salutations to everybody out there. Today is March 23rd, 2026. It's a Monday, and we're going to talk about what happened today in the market. My name is Sumi with Team Basani, and I'm going to give you my trade ideas that I'm going to be going into the market with. What basically happened, my analysis of everything, and just things that you can use to make money in the market. Once again, this is not financial advice. Let's jump into it. So, we had the market today. We ran up right in the beginning. And my prediction for what happened, by the way, was spot the fuck on. Okay. It was 100% spot on. I said, we're going to push up. If you look at my Instagram post, and then we're going to have a massive drop down. And that is exactly what we did. We pushed up in the morning. Trump was saying some good stuff on Truth Social, saying that the US and Iran have had productive talks. And basically, what happened was Iran rejected it, said, hey, this is not happening. They denied any direct or indirect contact with Trump, and the market ran down. In fact, it was interesting because Iran denied this earlier. The market still ripped up, but this was like a headline driven day. Like Truth Social pushed us up. Iran said no. They said no again. Market dropped, had a little bit of a rip up again, and then we have a lot of consolidation in the after hours, run around 654. So futures were pointing to big losses overnight, and they opened up pretty well. Europe also down 2.3%. Asia also got crushed, and the moment Trump posted everything, it all reversed. Okay, Dow futures went from negative to plus 2% in minutes. Fortune reported 1.7 trillion added to stocks within minutes of the post, which is actually insane. The fact that our president has this much control of the market. Then Iran denied the talks, and half of those gains were virtually just evaporated before stabilizing a little bit lower. So this is a up and down market. Trump is literally just driving the narrative. And I'm gonna tell you something. This is what Trump does. He basically says some positive stuff. They get denied. So he says positive stuff. The stock market rallies up. It gets denied, but he takes credit for the rally. He makes aggressive threats a lot of times too, and he does not follow up with it. So crude crashed, negative 15% on the news, dropped roughly $17 per barrel intraday, but it's still elevated around the mid 80s after the crash. It was around $100 last week. And so oil is still going to be up. I think it's still going to rip up a little bit. If we don't get de-escalation, it's still going to be something that's hot. We have three scenarios. Nothing happens where the market just stays flat. It starts to be positive. There's peace talks and things rip up, or we have more escalation, which causes the market to drop down. So it's a headline driven market. Once again, you've got to keep your eyes peeled. Get on your Twitter. I hate to say it. Get on all the news sites. Definitely scrape for news and look for things that are going to drive the market up. Gold is down about 6% today. A lot of stocks are moving up a little bit in the after hours as well, but not necessarily crazy moves. Looks like things are stabilizing though. So the stock market is, I would say, at a very low point, but I don't necessarily think we can test too much lower. I think we're at a pretty low point. If we get more escalation, it could drop a little bit more, but I don't see SPY going past 640. Now, the Fed held rates steady last week at 3.5 to 3.75%. It's exactly as expected. Powell said that inflation is still elevated. The labor market is mixed. One more rate cut projected for this year. So we do have a potential rate cut. The real question is if oil is going to stay elevated, okay, if everything is going to be the way it is, next month's CPI or PCE could spike. That's the concern. And that's the next catalyst that everybody should have in the back of their mind. Could that really be the thing that gets us going up in April or just basically tanks us down? And April is known to be a dangerous month. SPY and QQQ, I'm going to keep it very brief here. Now, SPY trades just like QQQ for all intents and purposes today. I think that we're going to chop a little bit. I think we're not going to see too much growth in it. We had a Friday close of 648. We dropped down to 644. And in the after hour session, we dropped down to 641. Okay. It was actually nuts. We've been going into 4 straight weeks of losses and the market is going down. We had a little bit of a gas gap up to 662, but we did not last there. We did not break it. And I think we will probably chop around the 650 zone. At the end of the day, I am very careful with this market. I'm grabbing news headlines and kind of ripping them as far as they can go. I'm making a lot of money doing that. I killed a lot of gains today, over 200% just for the day, almost 300% for the day. So if you guys ever want to trade with me, link in the bio. If you're tired of trading alone and not making money, jump in with your boy Sumi. I have 15 years of experience in this. But QQQ, very similar, you know, gonna rip up in the morning, then drop down. I think QQQ is a little bit more exaggerated. You just got to be careful with the way the market is moving. My honest take on trading right now is if you're hitting the SPY and QQQ, you've got to be in the headlines. It's going to be choppy. It's not going to move smooth. And you can't catch these 10-point moves to the up or down. Your options are going to break even a lot of times because of theta, because it's moving very slow. The real money is in individual names. And I think that's where we should really look. So I'm going to talk about some picks that I would like you guys to jump into. First and foremost, NVIDIA. I think NVIDIA could go either way. But I do think NVIDIA could start to peak up. It's kind of low. If it starts touching 170, I think it's going to get bought up very quickly. So NVIDIA is more bullish for me. Tesla is looking good. I think Tesla looks really good. It had a little bit of a push up today, dropped off, but it's coiling, and I think Tesla is due for a move. I think it's one of the biggest movers of the Mag 7 today. And I think that if they keep gapping down, they'll keep finding buyers. It has a good amount of relative strength. I'm watching 390 to 395 as a target zone. If it hits that, it could push to 410, 420 again. Micron Tech, okay. Micron Tech ran down quite a bit, had a rundown day. I think that if Micron Tech does coil up and base here a little bit at 400, we could start to see a run up again to 425, 430. And if we break 434, we could run up even more. Microsoft, okay, really low. I think swings for Microsoft are good. Microsoft has been here before, and I think that we won't go too much lower. We might go to 375 lowest level, but I think that Microsoft's in a good zone. Swings for Microsoft are really good. Baba, I'm pretty bullish on Baba. We're at a really low point. I think Baba could pick up. Another one is Palantir. I grabbed some calls on Palantir. Palantir is baked into the war. I think Palantir is going to move up. Probably a month swing on Baba, probably a month swing on Palantir. Really, really good. I think they're going to push up. Palantir is one of the biggest movers in the morning. It's showing relative strength with the whole market. It pulled back from 207 highs to 126 lows, and it had a massive correction. Now it's cooling between daily 9 and 21 EMAs. So if it breaks out at 162 here, it could clear that at 172, and then we have more movement there. But if it gets slammed, we are going to probably drop down quite a bit. So that's another one I'm looking at. Rocket Lab, okay? Want to talk about Rocket Lab. I've tried to do trades on this. It's been struggling a little bit here. Let me see if I can find Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab, is doing okay. It's in the 66 72 range. If it does break above 75, I think it could have a really good run. SpaceX IPO prep for a 1.75 trillion evaluation. The entire space theme is getting very speculative. And if the market does bounce this week, I think this could really, really run up. So this is kind of one of those things that you have to look at. If the market bounces, it's going to move up very, very well. Coinbase, okay, crypto. If it starts to recover, crypto is basing quite a bit. If we do have basing in Coinbase and crypto, we can start to see this move up a little bit, and start to make some money. Now, last but not least, I want to talk about SoFi. All right, let's pull up SoFi here. Um, let's look at SoFi. SoFi is coiling quite a bit. I think that SoFi could start to push up again over 20. We had this at 30 at one point, okay? It was really, really good. CEO Anthony Noto bought 28,900 shares at 1732 in response to a lot of allegations against financial engineering. So the company is threatening legal action against Muddy Waters right now. This is creating a lot of opportunities for people that want to see a reversal if this all gets debunked. And I think that SoFi could have a move up if things go well. My biggest thing I'm going to say right now is trade the safe stocks, the energy stocks. I think Taiwan Semiconductor is another one that can move up really well. I'm more so watching the market and seeing where things go. I'm not necessarily getting into anything right now. I'm in swings for Baba. I think that's a good play, but very, very all over the place. Top plays for tomorrow, okay? Palantir, definitely really good one. Needs to clear 162. If it does, we got 170 coming real soon. Rocket Lab dips are going to cause buyers to buy it at 66. If it reclaims 74, we could see another leg up. Tesla 390 break could result in it going to 420. Micron Tech, if it does start to move up in the morning, Micron Tech can run very hard. And oil in general, does it stay down or bounce back up? I think it bounces up with all the escalation of the war. Any Iran headlines are going to bring the market up or down, so stay tuned. In closing, look, today was a very profitable day. We had 300% in our trading group. If you ever want to jump in and make money alongside me, like My Discord link is in my bio. I would love for you to join there. If you ever want to work with me one on one, learn how to trade like a pro, learn how to absolutely kill it in the market. I've made a lot of money every year in stocks. I've made millions of dollars that is verified and documented. Please definitely DM me on Instagram. I would love to put you on. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching my video and taking time out of your day to see what I'm doing. I will post more videos like this. Till next time, peace out.